One.
I could give a student a personal task. Hey, every time that we have a paper assignment, will you pass the papers out for me? Or will you make sure everybody's in alphabetical order every time we line up? And you might need to change the seating arrangement so that the student can work as well as possible in the best environment for them. Maybe not sitting by friends, or maybe sitting, not, you don't necessarily want to punish them, but maybe sitting alone while doing a test instead of at a table where they can easily get off task. And then doing these kinds of things will help a student academically succeed. And then students with dyslexia, um, older kids I find that are pretty normal. The dyslexia is not really relevant in who they hang out with, but they also might be bullied. There's kind of a stigma where not being able to read that well, it means that you are stupid. And then cognitive, these students will be behind, and intellectually, though, these students are quite capable. It's just that it might take them a little while longer or a little more effort to learn. And academically, again, they might get behind because of dyslexia. So you should allow a student longer test time, or I could assign somebody to read the questions aloud to a student. And I think with an IEP, that's actually um, one of the things that is allowed for students who do have dyslexia is to have somebody read for them. And then students with emotional disorders, socially, they might have trouble expressing emotion, or they might have trouble comforting friends because they themselves are going through a lot right now, and that's kind of just a lot to handle. Cognitively, they might appear to be behind because their mind is elsewhere. And then intellectually, again, they might be blocked in a sense. They might kind of be stuck at a standstill, because their mind is just thinking about so many other things. So it's hard to process and use new information. And academically, they will perform better if these issues are addressed. So, as the teacher, I should speak to these students to see what's going on, see how I can help them today, um, how they want to go about their day, if there's any activities that would make it better, if and there's any activities they prefer not to participate in. And then I can make a 504 plan for them, which is kind of just an informal IEP. And then lastly, here I have students with traumatic brain injury, and this is one of those where it's an incredibly, incredibly wide spectrum, and so no two students will be alike in this. So that is something where, as a teacher, I will have to speak to their parents and speak to the counselor and principal and possibly formulate an IEP or at least a 504 and try to work with the students as best as I can. So that about wraps it up for this one.